One. Hey, Professor. So this is what I did for the project. As you can see right here, I made the firewall edge. I named the main firewall edge 01. I actually had to manually put in the username champ user due to an issue I had where I had to revert my firewall back to factory settings. So I added the username champ user independently and put in its password as roots123bang. As you can see right now, if we just show the firewall commands, and as you can see right here, the firewall commands, if you ignore that, is I create all these firewall zones and rule sets, trying making sure they have meaningful names, like WAN to Z or WAN to DMZ, LAN to DMZ, or stuff or LAN or stuff like that. All right, let's move on. As you can see right here, my username is actually Morgan-admin, which is the account that I added to that. I made its hostname firewall-management. And as you can see right here, I've also put in as you see right here for the firewall commands, I also had like management to LAN, and I had management to WAN to ensure it could access WAN, as this firewall is what separates the management network from the other zones. Now, if you bear with me for one more second, I'm going to quickly jet to jump. Now, as you can see right here, if you can just let me reload this, I can access next-8 or Nginx. I can access the Nginx website that I created using its public IP address right here. But I also am going to demonstrate this because I want to, that I can also will struggle to access Nix. I also will struggle to access it using its own name, which is something I can only do on its domain, as I will demonstrate long into the video. Anyway, uh, I will show you now if I can pull this command up. Here we are. As you can see right here, that is the jump account, Morgan as admin, and if you let me put in the password, I can access that no problem. My plan is just to use wordless for the other one. So we're gonna take a look right here. We're gonna do @xc pass wd at grep dash at guest. There it is. As you can see right here, I made the account guest-morgan, and is currently extremely separate from administrative access, but it can still be accessed through SSH commands. So I'm going to exit here, and we are going to pull the command up that I have ready. And as you can see right here, I can access it. I can access guest-morgan without having to use a password, because I managed to put a certification error into guest-morgan so that I can use it. Well, I put a certification file in SS configuration within guest-morgan so that way it can be passworded. Now I can just pause for like 2 more seconds and I can flip over to the domain controller. Now, as you can see right here, this is currently a domain controller, as it currently has Active Directory and domain services. And if I can just pull up an example of my account here, I will just do that. I just type a quick who am I command. I am currently Morgan/administrator because that is the account, that is the domain admin account. Now, As you can also see up here from a previous attempt that I did, I according to the NSLOOKUP commands, I am a okay. So these lookup commands confirm that the internal name confirm the internal name resolution for the environment as the rubric requires. And we're going to type certification authority again, and we're going to get that pulled up. So as you see right here, this is the certification authority role that I currently have configured on management 02. So we're going to pause again, and I'm going to flip over to workstation. Now, as you can see right here, since I did the certification name that was issued by the not certification name, I did the certificate that was issued by the certificate authority from management 02. I was able to access Nix on workstation because it was within the domain, and I was able to access it using its name. So now I'm going to paste this command here. If you can bear it for like 1 second. As you can see right here, considering the fact I designed it so that way they won't be able to do anything, AF was configured to ensure that this could theoretically be blocked. Now unfortunately it was not working because it decided to have an issue at the last minute. So we're gonna flip to Nix for a second. Now after I had to type that clear command because I was testing that before, as you can see right here when we do the ping, it obviously cannot ping yeah, it obviously can't ping the internet right now because Nginx should not have internet access in order to support the fragmentation requirements, so the fail was the expected result. Now we are going to flip to the sorry, not that wazoo. We are going to flip to workstation 01, well, or flip back more accurately, so we can access the current Wasu Nagari. Now, as you can see right here, I'm going to show you, if I can remember, how much I hate Wazoo this morning, or this evening. As you can see right here, I currently have all of the different agents, for each from the different zones that we create before, each from the different zones that we have created. So, let's attack. So let's attack one of them. I'm going to pull up you, and as you just ignore the fact that that was running, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this again, and we're going to do like 3 times just to be sure, and then we're going to go back here, and we are going to go to security fence. Now, full disclosure, before I unfortunately forgot to rename the virtual machine of workstation before I put the agent as that is why it's going to be called desktop. But as you can see right here, and see from previous attempts and recording attempts, I currently currently showing all of the attacks that is currently attempted on the device, fulfilling the part of rubric in which basically Wazu will alert me when there is an attack, when an attack is launched on one of my virtual machines. Now, we are going to flip back to PowerShell again, as I'm going to do we'll flip back to PowerShell again, and we're going to do one more thing. Alright, so I'm going to show you this. As you can see right here, this is my current domain account that I put on this device. Well, my domain admin account, and as you can see, it was Morgan, and now I'm able to log in. Let us show right here. Network is connected to Morgan.local. It just calls itself network. Um, so we're going to go to PowerShell, and I'm going to choose the right one. And as you can see, it is currently showing us this user admin. So we're going to do GUI to double check. And as you see, it is Morgan as in Morgan.local at user-admin. So now we're going to type in the NSLOOKUP commands again, and you are going to painfully watch this. And hold on. All right, so as you can see right here, and as you can see from that one mistake I made, where I decided to twice test to see that it would just see what happens if it looks up an account that doesn't exist. As you can see, it failed. Everything that all the accounts and all the virtual machines that I connected to the network, well, sorry, all the virtual machines that I've connected to the network have their DNS records made and can be looked up with the NSLOOKUP command. So we are going to double check this quickly to show that, yeah, Nix works within the server. And as you can see right here, it works again. So I'm going to, however, I also want to do this really quickly before we're done, because I want to show that we can access it as well using its name. Anyway, that concludes the demo. Hope you either enjoyed it or most likely suffered through it and found and discovered what the 10th circle of hell is like. Anyway, goodbye.